Welcome to Voice of the Inland Empire, your weekly adventure into the who, what, where, and why of our Southern California communities. And today we are coming to you from Charlie's Stars and Stripes, one of my favorite restaurants and bars located in Old Town Upland at the corner of 2nd and C Street. And today we are joined by Joy Hall, who is a resilience expert. Not quite sure what that is? I wasn't either, but I guarantee you will find out. She is also a health and wellness expert, and we're going to be discussing stress and how it is impacting your life in a pretty significant way. So don't go away. The best part of this show is yet to come. We will be right back. Charlie's Stars and Stripes in Old Town Upland is one of my favorite places to go for food, for drink, and for great entertainment. Located at 296 2nd Street in Old Town Upland, just north of the gazebo and just east of Euclid Avenue. This is a wonderful place with a broad menu, variety, great drinks, great fun, and marvelous people. They have weekly specials. These are my favorites. Check out their Monday night $5.99 steak dinner. How can you go wrong? They have specials virtually every night of the week. And then they have entertainment going on all the time, from trivia contests to karaoke to dancing to some of the best cover bands you'll ever hear on Fridays and Saturday nights. Check them out on Yelp, check them out on Facebook, or come on by and say you heard about them on Voice of the Inland Empire. I love it so much here. This is where we're shooting the show, right here from the bar at Charlie's Stars and Stripes in Old Town Upland. Come on by. Any evening, who knows, you may just see me here having dinner and a drink. It is that time of the show when we say hello to today's guest, and we are joined by a remarkable woman, Joy Hall, and I love this title. She is a resilience expert along with being a health and wellness coach. Okay, I gotta ask, what is a resilience expert? You're resilient, but I think my saw is resilient because I can flex it, but that's probably not the same thing.
No, not the same thing. I'm a resilience expert because I know how to bounce back.
So you're kind of like a rubber ball.
I'm like a rubber ball. That's a really good way of putting it.
I don't know if that's the best way.
Gosh.
But okay.
Yes, I'm a rubber ball.
Let me do this. Our guest today is a rubber ball who happens to be highly resilient. Okay.
And I bounce pretty high. I've bounced pretty low, and I've gone pretty low, and I've bounced really high, and that's why I'm a resilience expert. And I teach people how to go from those really low times in their life to bounce back and not just survive, but learn to thrive.
And we joke about it, but there is a tendency in this world, and it's a cultural thing, I suppose, but the minute anything bad, no matter how small, that we perceive as bad, because bad is as a perception. But the minute that happens, we're like, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. My life is, I know it is over. And I think it's important to find people like you to say, really? It's not. However you're feeling today, you won't be feeling that way forever. And to show people there's a path to recover and even grow and become better from what has happened to them.
Absolutely, because when you've hit certain lows in your life, and I've been there before, I've gone through not only with my health completely deteriorating to the point where I know for a fact I would have died, And then I went through a very traumatic divorce, 10-year abusive marriage, and then to be in the place where I'm at now, where I'm completely healthy. I'm, raising 3 kids on my own and doing amazing, financially, business-wise, and, relationship-wise. You can't always see that when you're at that low point, but you can get to that point. But it does take a network of people, someone to say, hey, kick you in the butt, and be as blunt as you just said. Really? Is it really that bad? It is that bad, but it's not as bad as it seems.
And no matter how bad it seems, I think it's always a choice. I mean, everything in this world is. Mm-hmm. It's all about perception and us creating our reality. Right. But when things that have the appearance of bad happen, I've always felt you have a choice. You can either get bitter or you can get better. And it's truly a choice. And it sounds like you discovered that path, and now what do you do to share that message with people? I know you do speaking engagements, mm-hmm. etc. Tell me about that.
I've done a variety of radio shows. I've had my own show on top of that. I've been on web shows. I've been on television.
But being here on Voice of the Empire is the epitome.
Yes, it is.
You're a terrible liar, and I want to play poker with you someday.
I will lose all my money. That's why I don't play. I'm a good liar, I really am.
Okay.
I'm a great liar.
Okay, note to self.
I've changed my evil ways since I've gotten older. But I mean, yeah, so
what are some of the types of speaking engagements you do?
So I've gone to universities, I've gone to high schools. I love talking to youth. They actually listen better than adults do.
What?
Youth, yeah.
Yeah.
I've spoken, like I've said, I've done events, so I just, wherever my voice can be heard is where I like to talk.
You said something that really engaged me, that the youth tend to listen better than the adult. I don't know if they listen better, but I know when I was going through my transformation, I said to my mentor, it seems like every time I take a step forward, I take 2 back. And she looked at me and she said, Ron, how long have you been doing it wrong? So I think it's important for anyone to get this message and start remolding their lives, but I think it's so important for the youth to learn some of these basic principles early on.
Absolutely.
And learn that life is nothing more, reality is nothing more than how you choose to perceive it.
But I like to tell everyone that you're going to fail. You are going to take those 2 steps back. The best thing you can ever do is continue taking steps forward, even when you do have those setbacks. I mean, I've gone from being successful to losing everything, but it is a choice that I get up every day and say, regardless of what happened 24 hours ago, I'm still going to wake up today and I'm still going to continue on what I said I was going to do.
You're right, it is a choice. And I think it's a choice based in faith, whether that's a religious faith, a spiritual faith, mm-hmm. or just a strong faith in yourself, or a belief that God, the universe, source, whatever title you want to give it, wants us to have our greatest good. Absolutely. So no matter how bad things appear to be, it's knowing that if I get up every day, I keep putting one foot in front of the other.
Exactly.
I will find that path to the good that I'm looking for.
And just bringing it back to health and wellness, every single thing is a choice. What you eat is a choice.
No, I have people forcing really bad foods in. I wouldn't eat bad food, but strangers, just like Twinkies, they just stuff them in my mouth. I have no control over that.
I'm sure it happens to me, and that's why I'm just like on the side.
Yeah, you spit it out. I chew and swallow. Maybe that's the choice.
That's a choice.
That's the choice.
That's your choice. And hey, no one's here to judge you, Ron. Nobody's here to judge you, not even me. My choice is not to judge you. I'm here to inspire you.
And I'm glad that you brought up health and wellness. I want to talk a little bit about your experience and background in that. And then for the next segment, people have really lost touch with what it means to live a healthy and well life. Yes, from the way we eat to our exercise or lack thereof, to the whole mind, body, spirit principles. Right. But before we get into that, we know about your background now as a bouncing ball, but what about, the health and wellness? Give us your background on that.
Just, a short snippet. I actually I thought I was healthy all my life, and I probably have been. But I was an athlete growing up, and I thought because I was skinny and because, I drank my barley green like my mother gave me when I was 12 and 13, that, that would keep me for the rest of my life. And then I, resorted to eating processed foods during college and, drinking stuff on a daily basis I probably shouldn't have. Yeah, cheers.
Wine is considered a food, and a glass of red wine a day is healthy.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just had to interject that. My glass of red wine just happens to be really big.
But I was talking about soda, Ron. I was talking about soda. I'm not here to judge you.
Actually, and that's something that I cut out of my life a long time ago.
And it does such, oh my God, such benefits for you when you cut out things like that. And so I put all this junk in my body, and by the time I was 23, I went downhill. My energy depleted, and I couldn't even wake up till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Come to find out I had a thyroid disorder, which was misdiagnosed for 4 years, so from 22 to probably 25, 26. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. In and out of the hospital, $10,000 worth of hospital bills. Later, I find out from a nutritionist who happened to be my chiropractor that I had a thyroid disorder.
Which is not uncommon for women.
It's extreme. 6 out of 10 women have a thyroid problem.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I want to learn more about your path back to wellness and what people can do every day to lead a better, healthier life and maybe even cut back on that stress a little. Are you stressed out? I know you are. Everyone is. Admit it. This next segment is meant for you. Don't go away.
Charlie's Stars and Stripes in Old Town Upland is one of my favorite places to go for food, for drink, and for great entertainment. Located at 296 2nd Street in Old Town Upland, just north of the gazebo and just east of Euclid Avenue. This is a wonderful place with a broad menu, variety, great drinks, great fun, and marvelous people. They have weekly specials. These are my favorites. Check out their Monday night $5.99 steak dinner. How can you go wrong? They have specials virtually every night of the week. And then they have entertainment going on all the time, from trivia contests to karaoke to dancing to some of the best cover bands you'll ever hear on Fridays and Saturday nights. Check them out on Yelp, check them out on Facebook, or come on by and say you heard about them on Voice of the Inland Empire. I love it so much here. This is where we're shooting the show, right here from the bar at Charlie's Stars and Stripes in Old Town Upland. Come on by. Any evening, who knows, you may just see me here having dinner and a drink.
We are back and coming to you from one of my favorite places, Charlie's Stars and Stripes in Old Town Upland at the corner of 2nd and C Street, directly across the street from the famous J.D. Allison's. Come on by. They have specials every night of the week. They have live music, and who knows, you might even see me here enjoying my dinner and a glass of wine. We are talking today with Joy Hall, who is a resilience expert as well as being an expert in health and wellness. And Joy, in the last segment, you were telling us how you led a reasonably healthy life and then hit college and did what a lot of people do, which was pretty much everything wrong. And that led you to a real physical decline. What pulled you out of that?
Realizing that I was the one who was doing it to my own body, researching. We live in a day and age where we have the internet. It's not like the olden days where we relied heavily on doctors, although I love doctors. But we now have the opportunity to do a little more research as to what is healthy and what is not healthy. And I came to find out that there were things that I was doing, I was putting in my body that wasn't healthy for me. And that led me to a journey, a health journey.
Ooh, a journey for health, okay? And then you went beyond that. I know you've got some certifications and some education in it.
Yep.
So one of the things, and you and I have talked about this before, one of the greatest woes of our culture today, at least here in this country, is the whole stress thing.
Yes.
And what can people do to lead a more stress-free life? And what kind of change can that make in their life?
Oh my gosh, it can make a world of a difference. When I talk about wellness, I talk about it on a whole. Everything about you is interdependent. So your mind, body, and spirit is all connected to each other. And when you talk about stress, you really need to understand that as a whole. So what you stick in your body nutritionally will pull on your stress level. If you're filling your body with processed foods, you're not taking vitamins, you're not eating, your greens and living a healthy lifestyle as far as what you're sticking in your body is going to become stressful.
Well, how many people do we know that have gotten hooked on the big sodas or the sweets, and they're constantly doing this? They get the sugar in, they hit a high, and then they start to tank, and then they get more sugar. It seems to me that can't be healthy.
It's absolutely not. It's absolutely, and everybody's trying to diet, in a certain way, but they're not realizing that every single time they put that stuff in their body, they just think it's making them fat. It's not about fat, it's about being healthy. And that's the approach that I take. And then when you talk about, your daily lifestyle, how are you managing the rest of your life? Not just what you eat, but are you taking time out to
do what?
To exercise?
Okay.
Some people say, well, I work, constantly every single day. I don't have time to exercise. You do. You have time to exercise. Wake up 5 minutes early, set your alarm clock, or go to bed 5 minutes late. It's 5 minutes. Take 5 to 10 minutes out.
What can they do in 5 or 10 minutes?
Stretching is so good to alleviate the stress.
Ooh. I saw a good sale on racks the other day. Never mind. Crank it a little tighter. No, but yeah, something as simple as just moving your body, and maybe while you're stretching, doing a mindfulness exercise. Not even necessarily meditation, but just getting quiet for a few minutes.
Getting quiet, just close your eyes. Deep breathing is great because that will de-stress you in seconds. Breathing deep, letting it go, your energy. I find myself when I get in the car after my kids are just like boom, 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 boom. I'm like this, and then when I get in my car, I sit down, I'm just like, okay, now we can go on the voice and then on the fire.
But you know what? Some things that I've learned is, and you did it, that deep exhale. Everyone seems to think it's the breathing in, which isn't bad because you can't breathe out if you don't breathe in.
Right.
But actually, I haven't tried that. No, you can't. But it's that big exhale that is such a real, and the deeper you exhale, the more beneficial it is.
Absolutely, and that is so key. Even if you aren't going to eat the proper foods, exhale, inhale, exhale.
Because we get so wrapped up in our hustle bustle schedules that we do this kind of rapid, shallow breathing, which isn't healthy. It's not how our body, we don't get our blood properly oxygenated. We don't get enough oxygen to the brain.
And then you wonder why you can't be productive. See, there's another aspect to your stress. When you're so stressed, you can't be productive. But then when you're not productive, then you become even more stressed. We have heart attacks, strokes, all of that stuff, even weight gain is due to your stress levels. And if we understand that we are not just a physical being, we are mind, body, and spirit. When I say spirit, I don't mean a religious aspect. I mean we're
a connectedness.
We are connected and we are aligned. And you have to put all those together in order to live a healthy and well lifestyle.
And I found, and in fact, I have a coworker that often when we go out to a client meeting, he's not real comfortable around people. So he'll get a little stressed. And in the car, before we even get out of the car, we'll do some deep breathing and relaxing. Because the stress, it tightens everything up, including your brain. So you're not as clear thinking, you're not as productive. For some reason today, people seem to think that they can wear stress like a badge of honor. I'm so stressed, I'm doing this and that and this, and aren't you impressed that I'm killing myself slowly? Whereas just the opposite, learn to relax and slow down and breathe, and suddenly everything becomes easier, more fluid.
And can I just say that because social media especially on Facebook, if you have a lot of your entrepreneurs on there are talking about going beast mode, beast mode, beast mode, not sleeping at night, beast mode, guess what? Even the king of the jungle sleeps. Lions sleep.
And there's really a point of diminishing return.
Yes.
At some point you're pushing, and as I was building my business, I had to learn that. Do I have it in me to basically work 24 hours a day? Yeah, and I have. But at some point, you start working against yourself. And when you take that time off, you take those weekends, you take those vacations. So, Joy, if someone wants more information about anything that we've talked about, you have a cool website, right?
I do.
And does it have a web address?
Yes, it does.
And that, you're really making this difficult for me, aren't you? And that wait, let's frame it. And that web address would be?
They can go to joyhall.com, which is JOI Hall, HALL.com.
Okay, that's not even complicated to remember. But if you do forget, visit our website at voiceoftheinlandempire.com and we will be certain to get you connected. Joy, thank you so much for joining us and sharing with us how having a healthier, happier life is really a choice.
Thank you for having me.
We will be right back.
Hi, this is Corey Chalmers, host of the TV show Hoarders and president of SteriClean Inc. 5% of the population suffers from hoarding behaviors. Are you or a loved one overwhelmed with clutter? If so, let our caring and compassionate specialists support you every step of the way, drama-free. Give us a call at 1-800-HOARDERS for a free estimate or visit hoarders.com. SteriClean has offices nationwide to assist you. Please call us at 1-800-HOARDERS. That's 1-800-462-7337.
We are here at Dermatex of Orange County, and they also have a wonderful office in San Diego with Nick Karagosian, who is our personal guru of hair. And Nick, we've had you on the show as a main guest, and the information you had was so compelling. I wanted to have you back to talk about kind of the differences and options between surgical hair replacement and what is really getting popular today, non-surgical.
Sure. Hair transplants, I had done personally myself, and they worked great for me for 4 to 5 years. But as my pattern grew, I realized that I was running out of donor area, and I had to find another solution. But transplants can work great, especially on someone that has a smaller area to cover. Someone with a larger area, it's a little more difficult because you have a limited amount of hair to take from.
Plus, I've heard, maybe it's changed, but I've heard it's a little uncomfortable. So if you've got a small area, well, that's not going to be as uncomfortable.
Well, that's true. But, it's not so much, Ron, the discomfort of it. It's the disappointment if your expectations of what your final result is going to be is different than what occurs. That's the most painful part of it. It was for me anyway.
Right, and if your area is still growing, then you can literally outgrow your transplant.
You can, which is what happened to me. But there's plenty. But on the other side, transplants today are done much better. The surgeons are more skilled at it. They're getting much better results.
Right, but let's say you're one of those people that you've got a large area, or the area is still expanding. Or you just don't like surgery of any kind.
Right.
Then there's a great non-surgical option, which is what you guys specialize in.
Which is what you're looking at with me, which is called virtual reality hair. And it's the latest innovation in non-surgical hair replacement, and it can give somebody a completely natural hairline and hair like they once had.
And you can comb it back, and it's not obvious. You can shower, swim.
Yeah, there's nothing that you're restricted to. It's human hair, and it's just a great solution.
So, Nick, if someone wants more information about virtual reality hair, how do they get a hold of you?
In Orange County, they can call us at 949-305-2661. In San Diego at 858-457-5496. or on our website at dermatexhair.com.
All right, be sure to call or check them out online at dermatexhair.com. Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome.
Charlie's Stars and Stripes in Old Town Upland is one of my favorite places to go for food, for drink, and for great entertainment. Located at 296 2nd Street in Old Town Upland, just north of the gazebo and just east of Euclid Avenue. This is a wonderful place with a broad menu, variety, great drinks, great fun, and marvelous people. They have weekly specials. These are my favorites. Check out their Monday night $5.99 steak dinner. How can you go wrong? They have specials virtually every night of the week. And then they have entertainment going on all the time, from trivia contests to karaoke to dancing to some of the best cover bands you'll ever hear on Fridays and Saturday nights. Check them out on Yelp, check them out on Facebook, or come on by and say you heard about them on Voice of the Inland Empire. I love it so much here. This is where we're shooting the show, right here from the bar at Charlie's Stars and Stripes in Old Town Upland. Come on by. Any evening, who knows, you may just see me here having dinner and a drink.
Hi, this is Corey Chalmers, host of the TV show Hoarders and president of SteriClean Inc. 5% of the population suffers from hoarding behaviors. Are you or a loved one overwhelmed with clutter? If so, let our caring and compassionate specialists support you every step of the way, drama-free. Give us a call at 1-800-HOARDERS for a free estimate or visit hoarders.com. SteriClean has offices nationwide to assist you. Please call us at 1-800-HOARDERS. That's 1-800-462-7337.